My name's Big Joe Centrone. I'm a Queens guy, a son of an untraditional Italian family. And I've been in the fish business for 30 years at the Hunts Point Fulton Fish Market. We work in the middle of the night, and that's when I cook. This one is in the history books. I want to take the fear out of buying and cooking fish, share some of my family's stories. Love you, sweetheart. And give you the best recipes I got from a lifetime of loving seafood. I'm passionate about cooking, and I am Joe Tuna. There are more than 25,000 food establishments in the greater New York metropolitan area, including parts of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. That includes pubs, bistros, pizzerias, restaurants, schools, even local fish fry stands. If they buy fish, odds are part or most of the fish comes through the Fulton Fish Market. My name is Joe Centrone, but here in the Fulton Fish Market in the Hunts Point section of Bronx, New York, they call me Joe Tuna. They call me that because you got it, I sell tuna. I've been in the fish business for almost 30 years, most of them spent right here in the Fulton Fish Market. I guess you can say I'm well-schooled. I first came here one night after a bachelor party looking to buy some hard-shell crabs with my friend Eddie Bonaiuto. His uncle had a stand in the old Fulton Fish Market. We bought the crabs and we were on our way. But something else happened that night. I got hooked. Look at it this way. I'm in a place where everybody's name is Tony, Vinny, Sal. They're all cursing like truck drivers, throwing fish around like it was nothing. I thought I died and went to heaven.
All right, give the butcher a break. Eat a piece of meat once in a while.
Nice to see you, too. I gotta go say hello to Pop when we're done, or I'm gonna get thrown off next time I come on here. Let's get back to the Fulton Fish Market itself. The Fulton Fish Market was a central location or a hub for the fish industry for over 170 years. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the Fulton Ferry linked Lower Manhattan with parts of Queens and Brooklyn that brought local produce and fish from Queens, Brooklyn, and Long Island. The waters back then were teeming with fish. The oyster industry alone thrived in New York for over 200 years. As a matter of fact, the shells from that oyster industry were used as landfill for many of the streets around Lower Manhattan. Striped bass, blues, shad, mussels, oysters, and clams were species that were easily found in the local areas around the Hudson. Later, with the advent of the Erie Canal, it made shipping of fish from the Great Lakes accessible to the Fulton Fish Market by steamboat. This freshwater seafood business found a welcome home in New York's ethnic population. Hey, Johnny.
What's up, baby?
Friend Johnny. How you doing, baby?
How are you? They got your crew in tow today, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Good. What are you doing?
Well, we're gonna do a little cooking later on.
Good,
I just want to stop by. You got a visually beautiful stand.
Yeah.
What do you got that's nice, John?
Joey, everything is lovely today. I mean, I've got razor clams, I've got live sea scallops, I got the scored Jonah claws, nice, they break open easy. I got beautiful Nantucket bays, rock shrimp. Joey, this is a Shikoku oyster. It's a very, very rare seed. It's an expensive oyster. It's a very creamy oyster. It's a West Coast oyster. Really nice. And the beautiful box they put in doesn't hurt either.
I see different shows as we're looking around.
Oh, yeah, good.
By 1831, the Fulton Fish Market was in full swing, with fish coming from every direction. Imagine for a second New York at that time. All high-mast ships, steamboats, ferries going back and forth on the rivers. There were no subways, there were no bridges. But now it seems time's caught up with us. Fulton Fish Market moved to this new modern facility in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. The building is a quarter-mile-long building with a 4-lane street going down the middle of it with the companies on either side. Every part of the building is refrigerated from the time the fish comes in off the trucks till the time it's delivered to the companies, the time it's put into the coolers. By now you're asking, what are you trying to achieve? Well, I'm trying to take a little of the intimidation out of buying and cooking fish. When I was a kid growing up in Woodside and Queens in New York, there were 5 relationships that were sacred in nature. That was your butcher, your baker, your fruit and vegetable guy, your fish man, and your specialty store where you bought the products from your home country. These relationships were valuable. You trusted your meat man, you trusted your fish guy. You were gonna come back there all the time, and you certainly didn't want to get yelled at if you gave him something that was bad. Now, when it comes to buying tuna, I guess we can go visit my friend Mark Tuna. We share the same last name, but trust me, we're not related. Good morning, Mark Tuna.
Hey, good morning, Joe Tuna. What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Told you we weren't related.
You looking for any good tuna?
Yes, sir.
You come right place over here.
What do you got?
I got any kind tuna. Sushi grade, cooking,
I tell you what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna probably take this loin here, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to take this first portion here, just about here, and cut this for the grilled peppered tuna. The next portion from around there to there, I'll probably take for the tuna salad, and we'll slab them. From here to here, I'll probably take for the stuffed tuna steaks, and let me start by cutting it right over here.
Oh, wait. I don't want you to cut your hand. Please. I'm gonna cut for you.
Okay, but you do it the way I want it, all right?
No problem.
Okay. My friend Mark just brought over the tuna. It's beautiful stuff. He cut it exactly the way I wanted. Made nice slabs with the grain. He cut the top portion of the loin like I asked him, trimmed off the sinew, and cut them lengthwise with the grain. It's a little unusual. If you ask a fish man to do that, he'll look at you twice funny, but that's okay. Next thing, I made a very simple marinade. We're gonna take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and you know what I say, a little, I don't mean a little. Yeah. Okay, next, a little bit of chopped garlic. We're gonna have some black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. I dare you to try and spell that word without looking at it. A little bit of soy sauce. Next thing is some sesame oil. Don't use it a lot because sesame oil is extremely powerful. I've got a little bit of hardy mustard. Doesn't have to be any specific brand, but it's a hardy mustard. Mix all of this stuff together, a little bit of white wine. Never use wine in cooking that you wouldn't drink yourself. And we don't really need that. This marinade isn't like an overnight thing. You just want a little bit of flavor on these steaks, so we're not gonna go nuts. We're not gonna do it for a long period of time. If you put the lemon juice in there, it'll start to cook the tuna, literally cook it. Putting the tuna inside here. First, flip it over. And that's going on the side. The next thing we're gonna do is make the tuna steaks that are stuffed. This portion here, I'm just gonna cut the steaks right now because I'm gonna leave the skin on these. Cutting them a little bit thicker than I normally would a tuna steak. The steaks are about an inch, inch and a half thick. Nothing specific, you don't have to be, there's no exact science to this. I'm only gonna make, I think, 3 of these. We're leaving the skin on, and I'm gonna pocket these bad boys. Okay? Now, I'm gonna make a nice cut right down the center of this. See that? See how nice that pocket is? We're gonna put a nice stuffing right in the middle of that, okay? Bloodline is not a problem. Bloodline is flavor. Nice pocket. Next thing we're gonna do, I got a nice pan on the fire. Gonna put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there. You might ask, is there any other kind? Yes, there is, but we don't use it. And we're gonna take, small amount, I'd say about a 1/4 cup of nice garlic, chopped garlic. Thank you. I'm gonna take some onions, yellow onions, roughly chopped, no great shakes. Onions and garlic saute nicely. Don't want to burn the garlic, that would ruin everything. Okay? We've got, I'd say, maybe a cup of spinach here. More onions and garlic than anything else. Maybe a little bit more for that. Nah, that's good. Okay, we've got our stuffing for the stuffed tuna steaks here. Spinach, onions, garlic, olive oil. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and I don't think there's anything else we're gonna put in there. Okay? Make sure this is nice. Onions are clear. Garlic is not burned, that is essential. and we're gonna put that off to the side to cool. Okay, we're back. I've got my stuffing for the tuna, stuffed tuna steaks, the spinach, onions, and garlic mixture cooling on the side. I've got my tuna steaks, the slabs of tuna that we cut, marinating right now. But now I want to add a little bit of white wine. Now you want to make sure that that is well incorporated in your marinade, and it'll stay nicely for the few minutes that we're going to keep it in there. Next thing, we're going to start on our tuna salad. 2 cans of drained cannellini beans. Very nice stuff, but you got to rinse them if you use canned beans. If you want to go through the hassle of cooking them, washing them, and cooking them from scratch, a lot of hassle, not really worth it. Just open up the cans and wash them real well. You don't want any of that sediment inside your mixture. Now, with these cannellini beans, you really don't want to use any other kind of beans. I wouldn't think of using anything else. We've got some nice cubed avocados. Again, all mix them right in there. Now, I'm gonna add some chopped red onions, beautiful red chopped onions. Again, the proportions that I'm using, I'm cooking for a lot of guys here. If you go to our website, you'll see the proportions for normal people, like 4 to 6 portions. But this is, I'm making a batch for a bunch of guys to eat. So I've got at least 6 chopped red onions here, but I don't think you're gonna eat that much tuna salad. A little bit of garlic, chopped garlic, all right? So pepper first, black pepper. We're gonna use some salt in here. Fresh chopped parsley. Extra virgin olive oil, of course, and you know I only use a little. Well, there you go, there you go. Looks like a lot, but I got a lot of vegetables in there, so. Okay, that looks really nice. We got the cannellini beans, we got avocados, the red onions, the garlic, fresh chopped parsley, salt, pepper. I'm gonna add 2 cans of chopped black olives. Incorporate those in there. Okay, our salad's all set. The only thing I gotta do now is cut the tuna steaks for the salad. I'm gonna take a little bit off of the loin, take that sinew out. We don't want it in our salad. Thin slabs. I don't want thick stuff. Thin slabs. Actually, I'm gonna use this knife because I'm gonna take the skin right off of it as I do it. Okay, nice and thin slabs. Cooks fast. It's gonna break up easily. And it's incorporate very nicely in the salad. The salad's all set. We're gonna take the tuna steaks, place them in this nice tray provided by my next door neighbors over here, and take these steaks, put them in the pan, arrange them nicely, and then we're gonna add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. These steaks, I wanna bathe them in the olive oil. We're pretty good with this. I'm not gonna salt and pepper it till after it's cooked. So we're gonna move right over to the grill now. Okay, let's start to grill these fellas. Skim a little of that olive oil off. Right on the grill. Hear that sizzle. Take it off, a little bit of the olive oil. We want the flavor. We want the oil on there so it's, nice sizzle, right? This is not gonna take long to cook at all. If you can see here, I don't know if you can see this over here, this is really cooking up pretty quickly. Take the first one. Ah, bad boy. That is beautiful. Don't want to cook it too well. Kind of like Italian sushi, all right? It could be a little rare in the middle, but you should cook it a little bit well for this dish. The other one, when we do the grilled pepper tuna, we're gonna keep that very rare. Now we're gonna take the stuffed tuna steaks. I've got my spinach mixture, and I'm gonna take this, stuff them right in there, okay? This recipe is a variation on a theme that I kind of made up on my own. I'm also gonna take the time right now to break up the tuna steaks. You see, that's nicely well done. You want it nice and moist, a little bit pink on the inside. We're gonna take this one, add it to our salad, still warm. Then we're incorporating the broken up tuna inside the salad. See, it's still steaming. Doesn't help that it's 45 degrees in here, but that looks beautiful. Take a time to put a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. This one is in the history books. I'm gonna plate this up, and then we're gonna move right on to grilling the tuna steaks and the marinated tuna, because the marinated tuna's been doing it for at least 15 minutes per side. We're ready now to plate up the tuna salad. Look how nice that looks. And it's healthy for you too, believe it or not. Look how nice that looks. You got everything in there. You got your avocados, your red onions, your garlic. It's always good to have a nice dose of garlic every day. Okay, we've got our marinated tuna slabs. They're ready to go. They've been marinated for at least 15 minutes apiece. We're gonna take them and put them in this pan here, and then we're gonna kind of like bread them in this cracked black pepper that we prepared ahead of time. Okay, we're gonna take the marinated tuna slabs, we're gonna take them and bread them in this cracked black pepper, just lightly, just a coat. No, it sounds like it's a lot, but believe me, it's not. It sticks to it just like breadcrumbs. It's gonna give it a really nice flavor, and it doesn't really stick to it. A lot of it's gonna fall off on the grill when we're cooking. Okay, I'm gonna take these tuna steaks now, the stuffed tuna steaks, and I need my olive oil, and we're gonna take these steaks and just dress these in a little bit of olive oil before we put these on the grill. And be careful not to let all your stuffing fall out. Okay, gonna put our tuna steaks, the stuffed tuna steaks. This is gonna matter how it looks. We're gonna want some grill marks on this. So then I'm gonna take my peppered tuna. Remember we breaded it? This is gonna go right here. Guarantee you it's not gonna be overpowering. If people don't like stuff that's too spicy, I'm telling you, it's not really an issue. We're gonna leave these on for about another minute, then we're gonna give it a quarter turn so we get a nice grill mark, and after that, we're gonna flip them. These are gonna be ready in another couple of minutes. I think we're ready to give it that quarter turn. That gives you that nice grill mark, okay? While these cook, we'll be back in a minute. Good luck flipping this. I flipped these, couldn't have turned out better. I didn't lose any of the stuffing. The grill marks look almost picture perfect. I think we're ready to flip these also. Yes, we are. Very nice. Very nicely done. These are just perfect. When we cut these, they're gonna be rare in the middle, just the way they should be. Okay, I'm gonna take these tuna steaks that we did, and I'm gonna place them right in the middle on this tray, on some radicchio. And then, I'm gonna take my knife, and I'm going to cut them right down the center, right to the skin. Remember, we left the skin in, all right? So I'm cutting them away from the skin, right down the center. You have nice tuna, spinach, tuna, here, here. That is nice. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, to your taste, to your needs. It's gonna be very nice. This one is in the history books. I've got my grilled peppered tuna all ready to go. I'm gonna cut it on the angle like you cut a London broil, and then I plated up some rice. I'm gonna take this and cut it on the angle. Look at that. That is beautiful. That's exactly what I'm looking for. This is absolutely beautiful. Like Italian sushi. You can eat this raw. It's beautiful. I'm gonna cut the rest of this up, and then I'm gonna, in one fell swoop, put it over my bed of rice. Then I'm gonna cut the rest of these up real quickly. I'm gonna make a little wasabi sauce right now. I'm gonna take that wasabi powder right here, and we're gonna take it and we're gonna add some soy sauce to it. Stir it up nicely. When I eat sushi, I eat this like a paste. I like it nice and hot. I'm gonna add a little bit more to that. But a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. It really is quite hot. Now, right over the top. Right over the top. A little bit of fresh parsley, just to make it look pretty. And this one is in the history books. I got a little bit extra time. I'm gonna make one more thing. I'm gonna make some fried oysters. I'm gonna take some, I use whole wheat flour. I'm gonna take the whole wheat flour and I'm gonna put it in this bowl right here. Not a lot, it's just to dredge the flour so the batter's gonna stick. Got some salt. Don't be shy with the salt. A little pinch of Cajun seasoning. You know I don't just use a pinch. When you're adding it to flour, you wanna add a lot because it's only a flavoring. A little bit of cayenne pepper. We need a little heat in there, okay? We're gonna take this, stir it around. This is only for our dredging. Okay, flour's totally incorporated within our ingredients. Now we're gonna make our beer batter. We're gonna take more of the whole wheat flour. Again, you can go to our website and get the exact measurements, but I'm making this for a big batch of guys, so I gotta do it family style. Flour, a little pinch of this, some salt, a little bit of Cajun seasoning, a little pinch of that, a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little pinch of the last bad boy, okay? Now, we're gonna mix our dry ingredients. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more flour because I don't think I have enough in there. And since I got plenty of beer with me, I don't have to worry about not having enough, okay? We're gonna take the beer and mix this in to make a nice batter. Looks kind of messy, but believe me, this is gonna be a knockout. You know what? I think I need a little bit more beer in there. Luckily, I got a little bit more on hand. One less for the crew to drink. Okay? Okay, we got our shucked, drained oysters. We're gonna dredge them in the flour, shake off any excess, dip it in our beer batter, and watch the magic happen. Wee-ha! Put a couple in there at a time. Dredge them, dip them, magic. You can do this beer batter with just about anything. I do it with shrimp, I even do it with vegetables. This is a dipping sauce for the oysters. I make my own curry, but it's not a really thing. There's a lot of recipes you could use for curry. Just depends what you have in it. Mine has all the basics. Again, you go to the website, you can find it out. I happen to like curry. I add a little bit more cayenne because there is cayenne in my curry already. I'm gonna add a little pinch of this, a little salt, mix this up. Looks pretty good, huh? I got more than one guy standing around me that's waiting to dig in. We're ready to plate up the oysters. I've got my curry mayonnaise right here. I'm gonna take the oysters. Let's do a recap. We got our grilled peppered tuna steaks over herb mushroom risotto. We've got our grilled tuna salad. We've got our stuffed grilled tuna steaks with spinach, onions, and garlic. I've got my batter dipped Cajun-style fried oysters with a curry mayonnaise. I'm Joe Tuna. I'm in the Fulton Fish Market in the Bronx, New York. Remember, always trust a fat guy when he tells you what to eat. This is it. Enjoy.